Hello everybody, I'm Miss Jessica from EVPL McCullough, and I'm here today for our simple science. And today we're going to be learning all about sound. So before we get started, I have a couple of questions for you. First of all, what do your eyes do? Do they help you see things? What about your nose? What does your nose do? It can help you smell things. And what about your tongue in your mouth? What does that help you do? It can help you taste things. And your fingers, that definitely can help you touch things and see how they feel. Now here's the important one. What do your ears do? They can help us listen and hear things. All right, so we're going to talk about how they hear sound. Now, sound is amazing because it is all around us. It's invisible. We can't see it. Now, sound is really interesting because it is a vibration, which means it's moving through the air. And then our ears help process it so that we can hear those vibrations. Now, there's a couple of things that we can do to help us see those vibrations. So one thing that we're going to do today is we're going to see when we listen to music, how those vibrations actually go out into the air, and we're going to see them. Now, that's a really fun experiment. I'll also show you how you can hear those vibrations really, really clearly using a spoon, a metal spoon, and some yarn. And then I'll show you some really fun, just easy musical instruments that you can make at home so that you can create your own sound. All right, so because sound is a vibration, it's in the air, it's hard to see, but I'm going to use a CD player, and I've got here a cup that I actually covered with some plastic wrap, and it's just a regular plastic cup, just like this one. And I'm going to put some rice on top of it. So I have some very, very colorful rice here. Now, you can use just regular white rice, but I had some colorful rice from some things I've done here at the library, and that's a lot more fun to look at. So once you've got a cup or a bowl and some plastic wrap and you've put something on it, if you place it near your speaker and turn it on, you'll start to see the rice dance and move. It's amazing. Now, they don't dance and move like we do and get all kinds of crazy when we're dancing and having fun. They just kind of slightly will jump and move around, so you'll have to watch very, very carefully. Now, the music that I'm using is actually from this CD, Rockin' Red, with Mr. Eric and Mr. Michael, and they have a really, really great series. If you are into listening to music with your little ones, they have Rockin' Red and Bouncy Blue. They have Groovy Green and Perfectly Purple and even Outrageous Orange. So there's lots and lots of different fun ones that they have that focus on different instruments, but I'm going to be using the Rockin' Red, and we are going to be using the song The Beat Bus because it has a really good beat to it, and it really makes our rice jump and dance and move. Now, we're only going to play a little bit of the song so that you can see this experiment, but this is something that you can do at home pretty easily, and it's really, really interesting. All right, so let's get going. Okay, so I've placed my cup really, really close to my speaker, and now I'm going to turn the music on. Now, it is pretty loud because we need it to be pretty loud so that the rice will dance. So here we go.
The bus, we're riding on the bus. The bus, we're riding on the bus. Riding with my mommy and
Oh my goodness, did you see this rice back here especially was really, really moving around. So let's see if we can see that again.
O-N-N-Y. Riding with my daddy, D-A-D-D-Y. The bus, we're riding on the
way to see sound, that it was using the vibrations from our music and making our rice move. Now, sound travels all around this, and there are millions and millions of molecules, and that's how the sound gets to us. So there's a way that we can make it so that the sound is very, very concentrated so that we can hear it directly. So this is a really fun experiment. If you have a metal spoon and some yarn, or if you don't have a metal spoon, a metal or wire hanger, and then 2 pieces of yarn can also work. So what you'll do is you'll take your metal spoon and you'll just tie your yarn around it so that it's attached. And then if you take the ends of your yarn and just kind of wrap it around your finger, just like that, and then wrap it around your other finger. Now these pieces of yarn are going to be our conductors. They're going to help the sound travel from the spoon to our ears. So we're going to take this and we're going to put our fingers in our ears, but not too far, just so that they're right on the inside of your ears. And then if you hit the spoon against something, you can kind of hear it. But when you put your fingers in your ears, that sound will directly conduct from the spoon to your fingers and then to your ears, and you'll really hear it. It's really, really nice and loud because that sound has a conductor. It has something it can attach to, and it will go directly into your ears. Wow, that's really loud. So that's a fun way that you can see that sound can travel through things. And if you have something like this to get it there directly, that's an easy way to do it. Same thing if you use a wire or a metal hanger, you'll just tie the string on it and wrap it around your finger, and then kind of just bang your hanger against something like a table or a chair and have your fingers in your ears, and then you'll hear the sound really, really loud because it's going through those pieces of yarn. All right, now there are some really, really fun instruments that you can make at home pretty easily. Now this one, it might take a couple of months, but when they start selling plastic eggs in the store, I like to stock up. It's not too terribly expensive. So I like to buy plastic eggs and either some rice or beans or lentils. There's all kinds of things that you can use. And if you tape your eggs, I just use some washi tape here, you can make your own shaky egg. And here I made a smaller one. And that has a different sound than this one. I wonder if it's because of their size that it has a different sound. Now, if right now you call any of our locations, you can also get our Storytime to Go kit, and that has a shaky egg in it. So you can get an official shaky egg, but you can also make your own at home. Now, one step further is to take those eggs and put some plastic spoons on the side, and then I just use some really, really fun tape. And you can make your own maraca. Well, that would be fun to sing and dance with. Another fun thing that you can do is I have just a plain water bottle here, and I put some cotton balls and some rice in there. And my rice, I colored it, it's blue so that you could see it really well. And this makes kind of a fun, almost a rain stick sound. So when I turn it over, you can hear that rice falling. Ooh, this is nice and calming. Almost sounds like the rain coming down. So that's a really fun and easy instrument that you can make also. Now for our big thing that we're going to do today. Now, first of all, always check with your grown-up to make sure it's okay with them before you do this. But we are going to be making our own harmonica, or I like to call them sound sandwiches. Now, I'm going to move this really quick to get that out of the way. And here is what we're going to be making. It's so much fun. All right, so we're going to need a couple of things. So you're going to need some bigger craft sticks. So I've got some here, and they sell these at the store. They even sell them at the dollar store. And sometimes you can even find the ones that are really nice and colorful. We're going to need a straw. So I've got a couple here. We're also going to need a really fat rubber band. So the kind that are really, really thick, and I've got a couple here. So really fat, thick rubber bands. And these, you can even find these on vegetables at the grocery store sometimes. And then we'll need 2 regular rubber bands. And I'm gonna need some scissors. Okay, so some of this is tricky, so you might need your grown-ups' help for this. But we're gonna start with cutting our straw. So this is the straw I cut earlier. And it doesn't have to be a very big piece, just about an inch or so. So if you need a ruler too, that might not be a bad idea. But I'm just gonna cut off a piece and then cut off another piece. Oh, so there's my 2 pieces of straw that I need. Now I'm going to take 1 craft stick and my big thick rubber band, and I'm gonna put my big thick rubber band around my craft stick long ways, or like I said, like to say, hot dog ways, because it's really long. So there is my rubber band. It's on my craft stick, so you can see it's all the way around. Okay, now this is kind of a tricky part. So 1 straw has to go underneath the rubber band. And you'll want to do this kind of close to the end. So just like that. So you can see it's underneath my rubber band, so it's not gonna fall. All right, now this is the tricky part. Sometimes you might need some helping hands. This part of the straw is gonna go on top of the rubber band. And so right now, it just falls off. Oh my goodness. So this is why I like to call these a sound sandwich, because we're gonna make it a sandwich. So I'm gonna put this back on there and take my other craft stick and put it right on top, just like that. So now it's sandwiched, it's not gonna fall yet. And this is when we need our smaller rubber bands. So I'm gonna take 1 and wrap it around the end, just like that. And then I'm gonna take my other one and wrap it around the other end. And that's it. So here you can see, I've got my 2 rubber bands on the ends. I've got my 2 pieces of straw. 1 is under the rubber band, 1 is on top of it. And then I've got my big thick rubber band is around one of my craft sticks. Now, when we blow into this, it's gonna cause that big, thick rubber band to vibrate. And that's what creates the sound. And you can almost feel it kind of tingle in your lips. It's kind of fun. So let's try our new one. Whoa. Now what's fun about this is that I can move my straw pieces. I'm gonna move them closer to the center. And now let's see what kind of noise it makes. That's a totally different noise. Whoa! So as I move these, I can experiment and be a scientist and see what type of different sounds I can make. Oh my goodness. So we have learned a little bit about sound today and how it vibrates through our air. And there's a couple of ways that we can see it. That's amazing. Or in this case, we can feel it vibrate in our lips. Or if you do our really fun spoon experiment, then you can hear it in your ears. So there's lots of ways to actually see and hear sound. So I hope you had some fun today. I hope you learned something fun and new. And thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget, if you go to evpl.org, you can see all of our resources. If you go to our YouTube page, EVPL Library, then you can like and subscribe, and then you'll know when we post something new all the time. And if you would like to check out some books, you can always give us a call to put some on hold to pick up, or you can go online and request them that way. Thank you again so much for joining me. I'm Miss Jessica for our Simple Science today, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.